Hello, hello, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match full of show on the internet. We've just come back from London Stadium where West Ham 3, Sunderland, I was going to say Leeds United then, Sunderland 1. Boys,
yeah.
Happy days, and finally a little bit of a run.
Yeah, it's honestly like this was the game. This was the game. We said it on Friday night, Pint. This was the real test. Spurs, absolutely awful. Sunderland having a good season. I know their away record ain't good, but this was the one where if we won this, I'd start to have some hope. I'd start to believe that we have a chance. And it was a great performance yesterday, particularly in the first half. Right, I'm really happy with that. I'm really happy with the lineup as well. For the lineup, again, he kept it the same intent, and things are looking a little bit more hopeful, more positive. Forest are winning at the moment, which isn't great, but hopefully Brentford can come back in.
Yeah, I mean, first 45 minutes is probably the best 45 minutes I've seen us play for a long time. Apart from the first 5 minutes, we couldn't get hold of the ball. Sunderland had a chance. Lucky enough, it went straight towards Areola. Either side, it could have gone in. But yeah, after that, we took control of the game and Fernandez just run the show. As I said yesterday, man, the match for me, unbelievable performance, capped off with a brilliant goal. And it showed me that there's fight in this team. There was a lot of players yesterday that stepped it up. Jared Bowen especially. We've been screaming out for a Bowen performance like that for ages, and he dragged us through, especially that first half.
Yeah, I agree. It was probably the best 45 minutes I've seen of football, I reckon, for about 3-4 years. We come at them. We come out the trap. And you wasn't on Friday Night Pint, right? But Dan will remember that I said we needed a performance like this. We needed to get to a game because what we normally do and what we done at Spurs last week is we go 1-0 up and we start retreating. It's the natural, it's natural in the players. They become nervous. They haven't fucking kept a clean sheet. They start to retreat, right? The manager's got something to do with it as well. I think he gets nervous as well. But I said on Friday Night Pint, what we need tomorrow, right, against a very good Sunderland team is to give yourself some belief. And we need to go into a game where we score 1, then we score 2, then we score 3. And when you think about the Forest game, football games are won and lost on very fine margins. Dodgy penalty. I still don't agree it was a penalty. I know, people have said it was, letter of the law, it is a penalty, but I still don't believe it was a penalty. But we had that second goal against Forest, which was narrowly offside. And it's just fine margins in football. And that's what we kept on seeing. We was playing well. We was doing okay. And we just couldn't get that second goal, and naturally we started retreating. We've done it against Spurs. Then we got a last-minute winner, which is fantastic. Yesterday we went at them. We got the first goal. What a leap from Somerville, man in form. I agree, Ryan. I thought Fernandez run the show, but they're both coming into a good bit of form, and it's the goal-scoring prowess that we wanted to see from Somerville. And I know Dan's been screaming and shouting that he's our best player. I haven't seen it from him. I'm starting to see it from him now. He is an exciting player. He's got a low sense of gravity. He takes people on. But what he hasn't had lately is confidence. You see him in that goal against QPR, the goal against Spurs. They've really spurred him on, and he's really starting to show some form at the right time. We need it. I know, look, Brentford are losing to Forest right now, but there's still a lot of football to play. But we've given ourselves a chance, and when I see performances like this, yes, we dropped off a little bit the second half, but I think that's just natural because we thought we'd won the game. I think that's a little bit naive of us. But what I did see yesterday is good football played. People working for each other, people talking to each other. And I've said it the last couple of weeks, when Paquetá was in the side, and I don't mean to keep on, beating on the Paquetá drum, yeah, but everyone seemed downhearted. Everyone seemed, like they'd lost. They'd already lost, before. And when you see the 3-0 defeat to Wolves, when I was saying there was Wolves players on the sideline, yes, and West Ham players were standing there flicking up bits of grass. Yesterday, you saw them going over to the bench. They're communicating with the manager, The new assistant manager really impressed me yesterday because he was fucking in Nuno's ear all the time. They was arguing and all that. They're getting passionate in now. And it seems like he's got someone he can trust now. And it's a breath of fresh air. It is a breath of fresh air to see, a great performance like that, a performance where we worked hard and we thoroughly deserved the points. Blew Sunderland out of the park.
Yeah, the thing is, I think everyone had a great game, and like you said, Fernandez is really showing his quality. The thing is with Somerville, he's been good all season. It's just the final product. People think he's not been good. Like if you don't get goals and assists, that means you play crap. And he's played good. His all-round game has been good for a man of his size. The way he can muscle defenders, put in tackles.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree that he's been good all season. I think.
Well, yeah, but Nick, I know, but I'm
just saying what I've seen is and I'm not saying it's his fault. It may be the manager's fault, but he's been very subdued. He's dropped back a lot. He's done a lot of defending and all that. And what we're starting to see now is a man that gets on the ball and tries to take people on.
Well, let me say, all season he's been on the ball. He's been taking people on. It's just been the final ball. Like, wait, hold up.
I don't think he has.
Okay, well, that's your opinion, Nick. That's your opinion, but I'm giving my opinion now. And my opinion is that he's been one of the players that, constantly all season is the one trying, is the one up and down the wing. He's been the threat. The amount of fouls that he has won prior to this bit of form tells you he's trying to take people on, because when he's taking people on, they're fouling him. And that's been the case all season. You go back as far as when he came back from injury against Forest. He ran Forest ragged. And that's what he does. He runs teams ragged. He's a threat. It's just been the final ball, the goals and assists. And I know, it's, if you want to justify it and try and say he's been poor, but I don't see it. I don't see the games where you can go, well, look, he's not. Defenders ain't been able to handle him.
Let me give you some stats, right? Successful dribbles, 22. 45.8% success rate. Progressive carriers ranked among the top 6 among positional peers, right? Okay, top 6, that's all right. Dribbled past.
Top 6 is good.
6 times this season he's dribbled past players. It's not great.
But how many fouls has he? How many times has he been fouled?
I think with Somerville, I think we can say that he's been the best of a bad bunch. He's been one. He has. I do agree. I think he has been. Probably when I looked at us earlier in the season, he was the only one for me that we looked like if anyone was going to cause any threat, it was going to be coming through him. And I've always liked his work rate. We've all said it. Once we knew he started scoring goals and getting his assists, we knew he was going to come good. He's now becoming the Somerville that we did sign from Leeds, the one that did tear up the Championship. And we know he's a good player in there. But I just like the way that now we've got such a settled sort of on the right, you've got Wan-Bissaka and Bowen. On the left, you've got Ollie Scholes and Somerville. And now Diouf is back as well. So now you've got pace going up and down, and you've got 2 workers like Ollie Scholes yesterday, up and down all game, won the penalty, and that's what we've been lacking for a long time. But what we're doing now, what we're seeing is now that Lucas Paqueta's out of the team, you're seeing now Fernandez is just getting that free roll. And if you watch his highlight reel from yesterday, he was all over the place. He's passing. I mean, even for his goal, he was the one that played the ball over to Somerville. And he didn't just stop. He made that run forward just in case something happened. And now we know that what we need to learn and do from now on is we know now that we've got a player that can shoot from outside the box, which is something we don't do. So
the thing is,
if he gets in them positions, he'll score more goals like that.
The thing is, I think as well with Somerville, having someone like Tatty up top has made a difference for him, because you look at it, I mean, he had Fulkrug there up there. Sometimes Wilson has been up there, but players that aren't known for their mobility. When you have a player like Tatty who's pressing, do you know what I mean? Who's running, who's making the moves, it's creating a bit more space for Somerville. So he's benefiting off of a better option up front.
Yeah, the thing is with Tatty as well is that, and the difference between him and Fulkrug and strikers like that is that when Somerville or Bowen used to knock it into Fulkrug, he'd hold it up. When they knock it into Tatty, he knows he's going to first touch and he's going to play the ball inside. So that's why they continue their run. And that's why they're linking up well. And yesterday, I know Tatty didn't get a goal, but his work rate yesterday, he's chasing down, and it's something that we haven't seen at West Ham for a long time. A natural striker who just chases the ball and chases the defenders down. And that's what causes like Sunderland to knock it out of play or misplace the pass and gives us an opportunity to take it forward. So there's a lot of pace in this team now, and we've been saying it for so long that we need it. And now you've got Somerville in form, Tatty up there, Bowen's getting back on form. They're getting back on form in the right time of the season. Like, look, we all wish it would have been all season and we'd have been higher up in the league, but we ain't.
Sometimes, right, it's just what you need. And we had a bit of an argument with Nick from Claret and Booze. It was Nick from Claret and Booze's birthday.
I didn't even know it was his birthday, so happy birthday, Nick. Yeah, but it was a debate. I'd say it was a debate.
And he was in the chat, and he kept on, and he was really laying into the two new strikers, like, and I don't see where that's come from. You know what I mean? Like, they've barely played. Pablo had one bad game, and he was calling poo blow and things like that. And look, I respect Nick's opinion, and everyone's got an opinion, but I think sometimes, like, and obviously he loves Paquetá, and obviously he's mourning the loss of Paquetá. I won't mourn the loss of Paquetá because
he ain't passed away. He ain't passed away.
No, but I mean, in terms of like footballing wise, I won't miss the geezer because effort levels. When he first come into this team, Paquetá, he was exactly the same as that. He would do all of his skillful moves, but he would fight and hassle for every ball. And he hasn't been with us for a long time now, and that's where. And when you think about, when we look back at what some of the games that we've played, and you've got Fulkrug starting up front, and he's walking around, and Paquetá out on the fucking pitch all the time, giving the ball away. Kilman, who's not been great, and I don't agree with the Booze yesterday. I mean, at the end of the day, we've got to. We've got to get him back into form because he is a £40 million defender, and we've got to sort of cheer him on. But he's been shit. Let's be honest, he's been fucking shit. But when you look at the team there, and then you bring another couple of players, I'm putting them two as like the Souček and Soufal. If you remember before Souček and Soufal arrived at West Ham, we was in a similar position. We had players that didn't want to give effort. We had players that were fucking clueless. We had players walking around on the pitch. And them two come in and they revitalise the team. And I'm not saying they're fucking well beaters by any stretch of the imagination. And I'm not even saying, they might work out for this season, but you can see there are a couple of players that you're going to get very frustrated with in terms of. But what we need right now is effort levels, and we need people that are fucking fighting tooth and nail for this team because that is the position we're in. We're not fighting for Europe anymore. We're fighting a relegation battle, and we're fucking down there, dogged. And we need dogged players like that. And they're not everyone's cup of tea, and I know they're not everyone's cup of tea. But that is what we need. We need players fighting tooth and nail. And I thought Pablo yesterday was fucking. I agree with Tatty. Tatty was chasing down everything, but I thought Pablo especially. He's big, he's strong, he was getting in amongst the defenders, he was getting himself about the pitch. He would not let people rest on their laurels. And I think that shocked Sunderland a little bit. I think Sunderland thought they was going to come to the London Stadium and have to fucking run on the pitch. Them two just didn't let him have it. And we caught them out.
The thing is with Pablo and Tatty, I'll just say quickly, right, is... Like I said, I don't think Pablo, like I said, he works. I don't think he set the game alight or anything by the imagination. But what you can say, he's not scoring or whatever. Since they've come in, like, we're winning games of football. So even if all around you're not looking at them and going, wow, they're amazing and they're scoring goals or they're really clinical or whatever, like, what they've done and come in, they're obviously having an impact, right, in that two up top, and they're allowing us to do that. So ultimately, it's a positive. There's no point slating the geezers because we're winning. So it's like, wow, they're shit and they should be better. We're winning games. So it's whoever scores the goals, I don't care. As long as we win.
The thing is as well, is like when you've got Tatty, Pablo, Somerville, Bowen, Fernandez, all there, why do you think Souček's game's improved? Because now he's got people around him. And you see how important someone like Thomas Souček is in the team because he does what he does. He wins headers, he breaks up play, and even his passing has come on in the last few games. He's getting more space in midfield, and that's because he has got runners around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the balance of the team is so important, and it sort of lacked it before, and now just a general all-round pace in the team has gone up, which is great. And that's the problem. It was just relying on Somerville to be our pace, and when you're relying on Somerville, and they know, well, he's our pace, he's the threat. Let's just go and double up on Somerville. Let's just watch him because we know everyone else is slow as shit. So now we've got other pacey threats, and it's just so good to see. And like I said, I'm really enjoying this formation, and I hope it stays. And look, that geezer, Paco, I think it is, has come in as the attacking coach. And, I think he's made a world of difference. I'm not taking anything away from Nuno because he's still the gaffer. But to see him, rowing and going at Nuno when he's bringing on Kilman, he's all of us in that moment. In that video, anyone's seen the clip? And he's bringing on Kilman like 94th minute or whatever, and he's fucking going mad at Nuno. I'm like, he's all of us. Like, that's how we all feel. So hopefully he can temper some of Nuno's more negative, traits and actually help this team attack.
Yeah,
they are looking better.
Listen, Nuno's he's a goalkeeper. He was a goalkeeper. His natural instinct is to defend, and he had very good defenders at Nottingham Forest. Two very good defenders, and his natural instinct to defend. He's took over a team of, and I'm going to say this, that when he first arrived, that was a team of clowns. I've got to say this as well. I'm going to praise John Clare Todibo because I think the last 5-6 games, I think he's been fucking immense, and that is the player that we signed. And we're finally starting to see a couple of the players we signed, with the Somerville signing, with the John Clare Todibo signing. But Nuno's natural instinct is going to be defend. Have someone next to him that's attacking, and he can see the attacking threat. He can see what the attacking threats do. We pinned them down yesterday. We pinned them down, and we wouldn't let them out. And we kept on going and going and going and going and going at them. That's what we done.
We're talking about him now, Joe. We're literally talking about him now.
And that's what we done. He's bringing that natural attacking instinct into the side, and it's a breath of fresh air, to be quite honest with you. There's still a lot of football to play, and I know Brentford are getting beat by Forest right now. But there's football to play. There's teams dropping back in it. There's teams that are in amongst it now. Just keep on winning your games, and I've got no doubt that we'll be, if we keep on playing like we are, we'll be out of it by the time May comes.
The thing is, as well, on Nuno, seeing the improvement now, he's got a coach that he wants in. It gives me a little hope and optimism that if we give him more coaches, that we can improve. Because look, no disrespect to the academy coaches, Steve Potts, all of them, they've done their bit since they've come in, but they're academy coaches. They're not high level, coaches that have,
Dan, I'll have to disagree on that, mate. Mark Robson's worked for England. He was Charlton manager. We've worked. He's been around in the game a long time.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Okay, Mark Robson. I'm just saying, overall, they've been our academy coaches. Overall, as a team, I just think we need more high level coaches. Not just high level, but more coaches that are Nuno's guys.
I think they're more because they knew the club, and where Nuno didn't have his backroom staff, obviously they know the club.
No disrespect to them at all.
I agree. I'd love to see Nuno get some more of his backroom staff in. I think this new person that's come in, as you can see from the off, he's got a bit of passion as well. You see it yesterday. He's not afraid to say how he feels. But yeah, I mean, even when you look back at the game yesterday in that first half, you look at all 3 goals, it was just our hard work rate. The first goal, but winger to winger, Bowen to Somerville, and I said to you yesterday, Dan, if I never watched that game and you said to me that we scored a towering header at the back post, I would never have said it was Somerville. I wouldn't have believed you if you'd have told me. But the way he left, and if he's got that in his game as well, fucking hell, he's found another 3 foot in height when he jumped.
Yeah. And then, 100%, mate. Like I said, all of them, like you said, even you got, Scholes, even the cutback to Fernandez, we was surrounding their box. You know what I mean? We was putting bodies up there, up the pitch, and having players in at the right place at the right time. So I'm hoping this is an example of of what we expect to see. And like you said, that passion is everything, because when you have a character like Nuno, who's pretty laid back and he's not the big personality and he's not the shatter, to have someone there that does that is good, because I think these players have lacked that since Moyes.
Look at Ollie Scholes' reaction when he won that penalty. The passion. Yeah. You know, that shows me. And we said yesterday, mate, that like we said it the other week. Like now you sort of people are accepting relegation. You seem to think that like, you know, there's no worries. You just play your football now and see what happens. And that's what it seems like it's been happening. And, you know, we said if we're going to go down, at least go down fighting. And now these players, look, whether Forest win today or not, I know obviously, you know, we'd love them to lose, but all we can do, just win our games, because if we keep winning our games, eventually they're going to drop off, or another team's going to get dragged into it who might not even be mentioned yet. You know, you look up as far as what Palace and Spurs are on 28 points. It's 8 points, you know.
Yeah.
It can change, like, but then we know we're not going to win every game. So so the bad luck we've had, even though we're winning, is that Forest are still picking up points. And Leeds play on Monday night, a tough game away to Everton, but it's a game they can go there and win. So it's putting a gap between us and the two below us, but we just need to get out. You know, we've got to keep chasing down them teams above us.
We've got no free hits now. We can't look at Chelsea next week and look at it as a free hit. I'm not going to go mad if we lose, of course, like, but I'm not going to look at it as if it's a game like, oh, we haven't won it. I'll be gutted, like, because if we can get a point, like you said, then you got Burnley, you get a win and 4 points. I look at that overall and go, okay, that's important. But we got tough fixtures coming up. So we like Liverpool, obviously they're not great, but going to Anfield, like no game we can look at. We got to look at every game.
Before the next round of the FA Cup, we play Chelsea away, Burnley away, and then Man United at home. You know, so they are 3 difficult games. But yeah, look, Chelsea's a ground that we can go and win. You know, Sunderland went there and won. Other teams have gone there and won this season. So it's just about, and we have a week's rest now, and they've got a game in Europe during the week. So
yeah, we just need to even if it's, you know, in the meantime, you get a point at Stamford Bridge and you hope the other team, if we just start closing the gap, even bit by bit, you know, next week, say it gets 1 point closer or whatever, I'm really hoping, I've got a game here, I'm really hoping Brentford can do something, because it'll be a bit gutting that after that big win yesterday, the deficit stays at 5 and doesn't get reduced. Like even a draw would be great for us, because then we close the gap a bit. So I'm hoping Brentford could do something, because that'd be a kick in the bollocks. But I think a lot of teams, like Nick said, are going to get dragged in.
Chelsea are currently 3-0 up to Palace, and Palace are on a decline at the moment. They're losing all their best players, like Mateta.
Manager don't want to be there.
Yeah, so look, as Nicky said, there's a lot of games to play this season, and I'm just hopefully that we can get through the rest of this transfer window, maybe pick up another couple of players. I don't know what's happening with the Traore deal, but as I said yesterday, I think he'll be a good addition, because then it takes a bit of pressure off of Bowen and Somerville if we need.
Well, the thing is, apparently he's unsure if he wants to come, which is if that's the situation, if he's like umming and ahhing overcoming, I'd just move on, because at the end of the day, like I know it says a lot about where we are as a club that Adama Traore is like fucking not sure if he wants to join. Like I know Nuno wants him, but if he don't really want to join and help the club, then move on.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. I agree.
You know, you've got players like Traore.
Look, second half yesterday, you could see it happening. You knew we was going to drop off a bit. It would have been nice to see us have the same intensity if we did in the first half, but we know we're not that sort of team that can keep that up for 90 minutes. So
I can take it if we're 3-0 up. I can take it if we're 3-0 up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you take your chances in the first half, you can see off a game. We could have done that at Spurs last week. Yesterday was different. We got 3 goals. You go in, the confidence is higher. Coming out in the second half. If we had gone in 1-0 up yesterday, everyone probably would have been a little bit disappointed.
Do you know what? Do you know there was a bit of the game yesterday, and you would have seen it as well. When I seriously thought our luck has changed now, right? We're 3-1 up. Geezer crosses in the ball. He takes a wicked flick. It hits the bar. Areola gets caught up trying to save it it's going in the top corner. He saved it. It hits the top of the bar, right? And I'm thinking to myself, like, Ariola's on the floor. I'm thinking this, they've got that big old lump up front, haven't they? And he's running in, and it bounces on the floor. If he misses that, it's a goal, and it's 3-2, and you're starting to shit yourself. It fell straight into his hands. Into his hands, and I thought to myself, that is the luck that we have been unlucky in games, right? But that is just the luck we wanted. Go 3-2 up, 3-2 there. I think we collapse because I think the players would have just got nervous. But that is just a piece of luck you need. It bounced off the bar, it's on the floor, it just bounced straight into his arms, and I thought to myself, that's the luck that we've needed.
The thing is, it was a great save by Areola.
Great save, yeah.
It was a great save by Areola.
Yeah, nothing wrong at all.
Look, the geezer's crossed it. He's toe punted it, and it's a fluke of a. He's nowhere. He's not. Don't mean to do that, but yeah, it's a great save. And as you said, it's a bit of luck we need. It's kept us 3-1 up, and then you go down the other end when Fernandez has another strike and it's a crossbar, and then you've got fucking Mavropanos and the defender squaring up to each other. I mean, I don't know what's going on there. And then obviously we had the Bowen goal that was ruled out, which on another day could have stood, because when you watch the replay back, Souček gets a push off of the Sunderland defender when he's sort of mid-air. So he's pushed him into the goalkeeper. So on another day, that could have been given.
Yeah, like I said, it was the right result. We was far the better team. I just think defensive. It's like Nuno is such a defensive. Oh shit! You fucking pricks! Oh, Forest just went 2-0 up. Oh, well, that's that then.
No, I thought you were talking to us.
Yeah, Forest just went 2-0 up. I was just about to talk about defending. Unless what the fuck? And then counter just a ball over the top. Fucking rubbish, man. Look at this here. Look, he goes round him, and then he's in the box. The defender's just slid past him. He tried to slide tackle it, and he just slid off the pitch. Game over.
They'll win their games. We'll win our games. We've got to win our games.
But the problem is, mate, like they've got the game in hand. So the game's in hand on them, which means we can win our games and they can win their games, but we've got to win a lot more than they have because that's shit, mate. So anyway, defending. Let's talk about that right now. And I would say Nuno is such a defensive coach. It worries me that we're still having these same problems defensively that we saw of players just leaving strikers unmarked, untracked in the box. You know, that cross comes in and Brobby, like, there's no one near him. Like, Wan-Bissaka just stops. He just pulls up. Like, someone needs to be up his arse, you know, putting pressure on him because he's got a free header in the box. Like, that can't keep happening time and time again.
It's definitely a sort of issue. We know that we've only had one clean sheet all season. Areola obviously hasn't kept one all season. And we know every game we go into now, we always know we're going to concede because of moments like that. I agree. Like, the tracking back was poor for that, you know. But the other thing I would say that I will give the credit, the defence credit for yesterday was Sunderland's first chance, and that was 66 minutes from their chance that they had in the second minute. So the defence did work hard yesterday, but you're right, they can't keep making mistakes like that because one day it will cost us. We've seen it all season, and when you get into the business end of the season now, you can't afford to keep making mistakes like that because, you know, we will slip up and it will cost us a game.
Yeah, no, like 100%, mate. Like, we've got to get this clean sheet at some point. I really wanted it because I just think that will do the defense and Areola like wonders, like in confidence. Like that, then we need to get that clean sheet at some point. I don't really expect to get it against Chelsea. Listen, I'll be happy with a fucking 7-6 win or whatever. Like, but it would be nice to get it. Even in the FA Cup, let's try and get it in the FA Cup. But I want to ask you, Rai, actually, I'm just interested in your opinion on Areola because me and Scott had this debate for once. Like, Nicky was just like chilled or whatever, as chilled out. Me and Scott was having a debate. But we're talking about Areola, right? Scott thinks we need to be looking to replace Areola in the summer. My argument was that we ain't getting like West Ham in the summer. Even if we start, we're not in a position to attract. We're not going to find a better goalkeeper than Areola. Like it's not that easy, and then to get him to join the club. I just think it's not. He thinks it's a priority to replace Areola. I don't think it's a priority. Of all the positions we've got to strengthen, I don't think it's at the top like he does.
No, I think like at any top Premier League club, you've got to have two good goalkeepers, and at the moment we've only got one. I do rate Areola. You know, he's had a lot of shots against him this season. You know, sometimes he can pull off world-class saves, and sometimes he can make mistakes, but that's just the life of a goalkeeper. I've seen the best do that. I've seen the best goalkeepers in the world make mistakes. You know, when you've got a poor defence in front of you, you're going to face shots. So I agree. I don't think that a goalkeeper would be a position that would be a priority in the summer. But I do agree that we've got to have two good goalkeepers. Like when we had Fabianski as a number one, we had Areola as a number two. He was a really good backup, and it was good enough to be number one. He's coming to be number one now. And we went out and signed Hermanson, who, for me, look, he might come good one day. You know, in the FA Cup, QPR, he didn't do nothing wrong. He had a bad start to his career at West Ham. He's the only one that's kept a clean sheet this season, though. It's fair play to him. So, but yeah, no, I agree. I like Areola. I think he is a good goalkeeper. And I look back at some of them European nights when he pulled off them world-class saves, and we know he's got it in him, but we have seen him make mistakes. But as I said, that's a goalkeeper for you. They do make
especially
mistakes.
like I said that right. Well, I said to Scott, if you're because he's faced, I think, the most shots in the league, if not like the second most shots. The more shots you face, the more chance of mistakes being made. You're being put under more pressure.
If someone has 10 shots at you, they're going to score one at least. You know what I mean? So it's always, if you've got a poor defence in front of you, you look at in the last few games. I know we've conceded, like again, obviously against Spurs and yesterday, but it happens. You know, Areola conceded yesterday because the defence was slow at getting back. So I agree. I don't think we need to prioritise that as a major sign in the summer, but.
Yeah. Like I said, there's a lot of things, but you know, hopefully we get what we need in the window. Get Paqueta shifted. It seems they're getting closer to that. Get that money. Try and get a centre back. Even though I think Mavropanos and Todibo has been good, but we do need the reinforcement. Like I think if we can improve on Mavropanos as good as he's been, and then you've got Mavropanos as a really good backup, then I think that puts us in a great position. And then you may be looking at cover on the wings, like someone maybe who can play right and left, and then maybe a DM, like or a centre midfielder or something.
You know what? As well, I mean, at the moment, I'm looking at that back four, and I really like it. I know we can see goals, but I like the way they work together. Mavropanos is the one who's going to stick his head in and hoof it upfield, and Tadebo's the one that wants to get it down and play it on the floor and run it out. And then you've obviously got Ollie Scholes at left back, who for me, he's cemented that spot. I wouldn't bring Diouf back in straight away. I think it
was good management yesterday.
Ollie Scholes played really, really well yesterday. And I just love. I like his work rate. I like the way he can get up and down, you know, and he's not afraid to put a tackle in, and that's what we need. And you've got Wan-Bissaka on the other side. You know what? Wan-Bissaka going forward is good, and getting back, you know, he don't lose many tackles. So. It's just,
I don't think we need to bring the youth back in, because when I look at it, right, I would say overall he's probably better than Scholes. But when it comes to defensively, like if you're worried about defensively, I don't think there's a lot in it defensively, because I think Diouf is amazing.
I think Diouf would be a better option, bringing him on as more of an attacking winger. I think he's better going forward. So I'm happy with the balance of the team at the moment. And as I said yesterday, the first half watching it. It's the first time in a long, long time that I was sitting there with a smile on my face thinking, we played really well there. We deserve that free.
Well, we were saying, right, like, we enjoyed that more than the Spurs game. Like, I enjoyed the Spurs result. Yeah. But I don't know, that was... I just really enjoyed that Sunderland. Like,
it's enjoyable watching a team that go out there and fucking attacks.
That was like watching peak West Ham in lockdown.
Yeah, it was really like that. And we've got a couple of belting players on our hands there. Got a couple of belted players on our hands. Fernandez, I think Fernandez is going to be a fucking special player. I really do.
It's scary to think that he's only 21. He don't look 21, but the way,
This is
honestly,
why he's linked with Real Madrid.
yeah, I think the club put a video out yesterday or today of a highlight reel of him in the game, and honestly, he's just everywhere, like just winning the ball back, his confidence. I mean, there was one time when he was in the corner, he had 2 Sunderland players around him. Instead of hoofing it down the line, he flicked it over him and played it straight to Souček, and then played a 1-2. And then, like, that's what I'm saying. When you're playing well, players like that breed confidence, and it spreads around the team. And that's why Somerville, Bowen, they're all up in their game at the moment.
This is why we have to stay up, because we got to keep players like Fernandez, like Somerville, like Bowen, like to build on. Because if we can keep these players this season and
be honest
and build,
I'm going to be honest, right? And I know people are going to fucking hate me for saying this. I think even if we stay up, Palace 66 to 1 for relegation. Yeah, put some money on that one, mate. We're going to struggle to keep him. We're going to really struggle to keep him, Fernandez, because I think he's brilliant. Real Madrid are looking at him. I think Man United are linked with him. He's got a £30 million release clause if we go down.
No, that's not true. That's not true. That's already been dismissed.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So even if we ain't, but we're going to lose him for that sort of money. The thing that worries me the most is that he is worth a lot of money, and he's one of the few assets in our team that is worth a lot of money. He's got age on his side. He's got quality on his side. You know, he's up there in terms of what a midfielder would be worth. With the fucking position we're in, it wouldn't surprise me if Sullivan cashed in. You know, but you know, obviously I'm speculating there a little bit, but you know, if we keep up, I'd like to see him stay. But I think we're going to struggle to keep him.
I think you'll stay. I think if we stay up, because I think, look, he's been here a season. The price on him, because I don't think there is a release clause from what I'm hearing, is going to be high. I don't think a season that we've had, like, he's been good, but he hasn't like massively stood out. Like, he hasn't set the league on fire. Like, he hasn't got everyone talking about him, like us as West Ham fans, because we watch him every week. I mean, I remember when I was at Arsenal, and I was standing with 2 West Ham fans. I won't name them, and they weren't having Fernandez or Miguel. They were saying, "I'm not having him, Fernandez. Shit." Like, and I don't think he was like, but no one was looking good at that time. So I don't know what you think, right? But I don't think it's going to be a case of like teams are going to come in and start slapping down big money to put pressure on us. I think at least another season we got him in the Prem.
The problem is that he keeps playing like he did yesterday and scoring goals like that. People will take notice of him. So yeah, I agree. I think he does stay with us. It depends. I mean, if Real Madrid are looking to sign him, then they've got to pay the big money. Like, at the end of the day, he signed a 4-year deal or 5-year deal, whatever it was. He's only been here a year, so he's got no choice to stay. Really, if we don't want to sell him, what can he do? You know, so if someone comes in with a big money bid, we paid 40 million for him. So if someone come in with a 60+ bid, then yeah, probably the club would accept it. But hopefully it don't come to that, and we can build around players like him.
Yeah. The thing is, the way I look at it, right, even if you're a Sullivan, and someone comes in with 60 mil at the end of the season, you go, oh, that's a profit. Like, you think about it. Well, you think, okay, if I keep him one more season, what will he be worth then? Like, if he has another great season, we have better players around him, and he gets to really shine. Well, we could be looking closer to 100 mil. Like, so you can take the less, like, that little bit of money now, or hope that he increases his value. And I think he will increase his value if he is here for another year than if he just jumps in. I think for his sake as well, like, for him to go to a Real Madrid now, I don't necessarily think that's the best thing for his career, to be honest with you. It might be that step too soon. He wants to keep playing football, get into the national team, that trajectory. He's still young. There's no rush.
It depends on the quality of football we're playing.
Yeah, that's, but he's not. He's not world class, is he?
No, I'm not saying he's world class, but I'm just saying Real Madrid are looking at him.
And
but he's obviously got some qualities. You know, they've identified some qualities of him. We can all see.
Yeah, is he going to start for Real Madrid? Like,
listen, I'm not saying he's going to, but I'm just saying, like, in terms of a player, in terms of attractive, any player will go to Real Madrid. The best players in the world have gone to Real Madrid.
Of course, I'm just telling you that I think it's too early if he does go. That's what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying, right? But it's still more attractive proposition right? If
I'm
you're
not saying it's not.
right, okay, just listen to what I'm saying.
I know, but you're putting words in my mouth. That's what I'm
not
saying.
putting words in anyway. It's still a more attractive proposition to go anywhere if you're playing shit football at the bottom of the league and there's a team at the top of the league. Any team. It doesn't matter if it's Real Madrid. It doesn't matter if it's fucking Chelsea. You know, he will go.
But there's certain clubs in this world that if you get an opportunity to go there, you go, and that's Real Madrid is one of them. So
I'm not saying he won't. All I'm saying, in my opinion, the best thing for his career, I'm not saying he shouldn't go route. He wouldn't go. I'm not saying he wouldn't go anywhere. My opinion is that for his career, he's better off.
I'm saying it's not got to be Real Madrid.
No, and what I'm saying is, I'm not saying it's got to be Real Madrid. I'm saying if it's fucking Liverpool, Man City, it doesn't matter who it is. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying he may want to go anywhere. He may want to go to fucking Brentford, who just lost 2-0. He may want to go anywhere, right? I'm not saying he won't. But what I'm saying is, my opinion is, for his career, the best thing is probably to stay.
No, you said now his career is not to go to Real Madrid. That's what you said.
I'm saying the best thing for him to do.
You said the best thing for his career is not to go to Real Madrid. That's what you said. You said that. That was your word.
I think
listen to what I'm saying, Nicky. Listen to what I'm saying.
He's saying is for Fernandez's career.
That you can't blanket that statement. Like you can't say that. If we're sitting there struggling at the bottom of the league,
Nick,
right?
just listen to what the fuck I'm saying.
No, you're not listening to what I'm saying.
No, you're not. You're just being an arsehole for the sake of being an arsehole.
I'm not arguing. I can't be bothered to get to these fucking arguments all the time. Right, listen to what.
So what I'm saying is, right, the thing is with Fernandez is he may want to go. All I'm saying is he can play. He can fucking, he might choose to. No one can fucking hear you, you idiots. Fucking idiot. Don't even know he's been on mute for the past 34 minutes to a second. You could take me out, but you're still on fucking mute.
I'm not on mute. Anyway.
So
what I'm saying, right, is if you are languishing at the bottom of the league, right, with anybody.
No one fucking cares what you're saying, Nick. Listen to what I'm saying because you're inferring my fucking opinion. All right, Ryan, we'll let you fucking talk.
Oh, fuck
He's gone. It's such a fucking arsehole.
You like an old married couple you are.
He's
I
such
think
a
he's going to go live on his own now.
Good. The thing is, all I was trying to say is, of course he want to go. What I'm saying is, I just think he should play some regular football. That's all. I'm just saying for his development, play regular football every week. That's all. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't know why he's getting upset with that opinion. That's all.
Oh, fuck, that was funny. It was the way he was shouting. He was on mute.
Mate, I was cracking up. But then he takes me out, right? And then he's still talking and don't realise he's on mute.
Oh, mate, it was just hilarious. It was like a fucking Benny Hill sketch. You was going down, like going off the screen, coming back on. He was coming out, then he was on mute. But, look. I don't know what you think. All I'm saying is, look, if he goes, I understand. I just think for Fernandez at the moment, playing regular first team football in the top flight, he's only going to benefit his career. But I think what Nicky was saying is that if Real Madrid does come in for him, it'd probably be stupid to turn down that opportunity. But
it's Real Madrid. It's Real Madrid, of course. But like I said, I think that honestly, he could go anytime. That's all I'm saying. I think like his thing is gonna go. I'm just saying we don't have to sell him. So yeah, honestly.
What a moment. That'll go in the archives of West Ham Fan TV moments.
Yeah, honestly. But it seems I've upset this fucking hell. Look at that double chin on that cunt. Fucking state of that egg. Look at the state of this geezer. I've upset him, mate. You want to wind it in with looking like that? Jesus Christ! Can you clip the Nicky part? No, because people will accuse us of doing it on purpose. If I clip it, if I clip that, people will think we just staged it. That's what I'm saying. It's just my opinion. That's all. It's not nothing. Look, if people think, anyways, I just think that is just not for him. I think, like, look at Rice. He stayed for the extra few years, and now he's the main. There he is.
No authority here, Jackie Weaver. No authority at all.
Honestly, Nick, if you watch that back, it was like a Ben Hill sketch.
I know.
So funny. You was going like that. You was going like that. You was going big. You was going.
But what I was saying, right, and I wasn't saying anything about Real Madrid, right? For a 21-year-old kid, right, and we see this with Joe Cole, right, and this is where I point my for a 21-year-old kid, right. If you're languishing playing shit football at the bottom of the league, right, it is better to go and play better football elsewhere. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no. Listen, and I was just saying, look. I'm not saying necessarily you're wrong. Like, if Real Madrid come knocking, it's a fucking different knock. Everyone will gonna go. I'm just saying, like, that move is always there. So if Real Madrid don't pay the money, I'm saying for him, if we stay up and we have a positive end to the season, whatever, just play regular football every week. Like, play that regular football, because Rice, that worked. He stayed that extra few years, and then
Joe Cole, man, that fucked him doing that with us. It fucked.
No, but I don't know whether it was. I don't know whether it was that he had a lot of problems.
And the club, to be fair, he did go to Chelsea, and Mourinho fucking got the skill out of him. But you look at Joe Cole. Joe Cole was a very silky, skillful player, and all of a sudden, like, we're in a relegation battle, and he's he's fucking battling him. He's doing basically what fucking Tommy Soucek was doing in that season, like. And it was, it was hard to watch, because I love Joe Cole as a player. When we was good, he was brilliant to watch. But what I'm saying is, and Ryan was, we went every game that season when we went down. Ryan was with me. We watched him week after week after week, and he got worse and worse and worse as a skillful footballer. He became a dogged, one of these players that just fucking runs. It ran himself in the ground, but all the skill was just, it was out of him.
I think his value. I definitely think his value will go up. By the way, this is a great comeback from the egg. Great comeback. Could be worse. A great comeback, mate. Took your time thinking that one up.
You're calling someone an egg? You're fucking joking. You look like a bald egg.
I've got a fucking beard. How can you be an egg with a beard? And what fucking eggs do you buy? They still have the feathers on it. Hey,
seen them with feathers on.
Yeah, so yeah, listen, well, let's just enjoy him rather than trying to sell him off. And like I said, we've got a player that is a joy to watch, and we're getting rid of one that hasn't really, like, Fernandez to me is the player that we wanted Paqueta to be. Do you know what I mean? Everyone thought he was in ways.
I mean, like yesterday, I think we could all sort of agree that Fernandez was man of the match, but there was other contenders there as well. If Somerville would have got it, I would have said, yeah. Bowen would have got it. I said, the thing is, when you come off, when you finish watching the game and you look around thinking you can pick 4 or 5 man of the matches, you played well. So, yeah, it's good, and hopefully we can see that same passion and fight for the rest of the season, and hopefully we can, claw ourselves out. It just seems like as we're getting good results, we're winning. It's just like the other teams around us keep winning. So we need something to give. We need one of them teams to start dropping down.
I'm not saying he regretted the Chelsea move. He won a lot of medals at Chelsea, but I'm just saying the footballer I remember, he wouldn't give a shit either way. But the footballer I remember, the footballer that come through, he was one of the most talented, skillful players I've ever seen. He really was.
Yeah, it's it. So, like I said, look, overall, we've had a big row here, but we've actually won a game. Like, so look, it's things are. It's not the result we wanted with Forest, but at the end of the day, like we've said before, if we go down, but we play like this every week, I'm still going to be gutted, but I can take that. Like, if I see that. Even if we lose against Chelsea, but we play like we played in the first half, maybe for 67 minutes next time, I'm happy with what I've seen, and I just hope we can get some players in. Still got to get the ball out, Sullivan, all that stuff, but on the pitch, yeah, like big improvements.
Yeah, I mean, I know there was a lot of I've seen on social media that there was a lot of people annoyed with the sort of protest yesterday, that not a lot of people attended and didn't do the 15-minute thing, which look, I didn't think the 15-minute thing would work, and it was one I'm all for the protest. I've backed every single one they've done, but that was one I couldn't sort of agree with because the team needs us, and it's so West Ham that we score on the 14th minute when there's a 15-minute like walk-in. So look, the protests have to continue. We know that, and I'm sure they've got other things planned, for the next few games and the rest of the season. No one's saying that because we're winning, they stop. But sometimes, like, when you're in a relegation battle, because it was funny, because when you watch it on the TV, Nick, I know you was there, but that literally 2 minutes before kickoff, it looked empty, and the commentators were mentioning about the protest. Then all of a sudden, as they went to kick off, it seemed to fill up. So, like,
what was your thing, Nick? You was there. Like, what did you see?
Empty
Like
seats,
in terms of protest.
a lot of empty seats, and they all. I see them all come in. They come in just below me. I wasn't in that much before that, to be quite honest with you, because of a ticketing issue. But it was. I was in there from about 5 minutes. 15 minutes they'll come in, and it looked impressive. They come in. They was holding up their flags. I see a banner up there saying, it's time to sell. Name your price.
That was good.
I'll tell you what, I did see yesterday, right? And I listen, I was very, very like, do you know when you walk past, I was walking on the bridge, and you know where the swimming pool is? On the left.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
the swimming pool, yeah. There was a couple of geezers there that were dressed in suits that must have cost like 20 grand, like slick back hair and all that. And they seemed to be having a good look at the crowd. They seemed to having a good look at the ground, but they just stood out of place. And there was, it was a bit, because I walked past and they was dressed immaculately in suits, about 5 of them. And they was having a good look around, right? Now, I don't want to cause any speculation of him, but they didn't look English. They looked like they was from somewhere else. Don't know where, but they was dressed immaculately. They stood out like a sore thumb. And I was looking at them, I was thinking, who the fuck are these people like? Because it was just a bit odd that they would be standing there. They looked like it men, yeah, they did look like it men, but they was just standing there having a good look at the crowds, having a good look at the numbers, having a good look at the ground. And then I see there was some sort of like sort of billionaire there yesterday. I wonder if that was him. Qataris, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I think they've already confirmed that billionaire that was there yesterday is a friend of Sullivan's, and he's been to many games.
But I'm just saying, like, the people that I see there, and I don't want to start any rumours because I don't know the fuck they were. They could be looking at the fucking swimming pool. They could be looking at the land. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying it was odd that they was there on a match day. It was odd the way they was dressed. It was odd what they was looking at. I hope there's something in the works. I hope there is. That's all I'm saying.
But yeah. Listen, we can only hope, and I just hope that there was speculation on Friday Night Pint, and I know you weren't on, right, but people were saying in the chat Sullivan was on his last legs, like like he was. So there's all sorts of speculation. We just have to. What's that?
He was there yesterday.
No, I know. Do you remember Friday Night Pint? Like there was speculation that he
on his last legs. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, like in the comments, and we was like, what? Like, but yeah, like hopefully his days are numbered, like in the club, and we just stay up and then go from there and just keep put the pressure on. Like that's it. That's all we can do, But if I can just enjoy watching West Ham as well, like that's the thing, because I ain't enjoyed watching us for so long now. Like honestly, it's been so long. With the way we play.
I mean, even next week when we tune in for the Chelsea game, I look forward to watching us play now. And the last few games, I felt like that. And I know that we spoke about the FA Cup, and I always said that the FA Cup is important. It might show how important the FA Cup is this season, because that game against QPR could have kick-started something. That win in extra time, and then for us to go Spurs and get a late winner, and then for us to have a performance like we did yesterday. It bodes well for the rest of the season,
mate. That is it. Burton we've got next. Is it Burton? Yeah, Burton. Like if we just try to get that clean sheet.
Nick was having an advertising shoot.
He's like $1,000.
Imagine it was. Imagine if that fucking the advert come on and it was fucking next.
That would that'll show your eye for a suit, Nick. Yeah,
Mate, I'll tell you, they was expensive suits. I know an expensive suit, and they was fucking expensive suits.
yeah. Was that the geezer's name? Damanin. Damn, everyone's calling him out. The geezer. We can't show his face again.
Someone just said there that he's only worth 4 billion. So typical West Ham, we're getting the poor billionaires.
Oh
Not
yeah,
the ones that got the hundreds of billions.
like Sullivan's barely worth $1 billion, isn't he? Like,
Yeah, but when someone comes in worth 4 billion, they're not normally on their own, are they?
No, yeah, look, no one's going to buy that football club on their own. It'll be a consortium of different people.
That's what I don't want, though. Right? I don't want to. Yeah. I know beggars can't be choosers, but ideally, I just want one fucking geezer at the top that's like, you know, for all these faults, Marinakis is the man, right? Everyone knows Marinakis. Abramovich, everyone knew he was the man. I'd like, you know, that figurehead rather than like you got like Kretinsky and fucking Golds and Sullivans. Ideally, beggars can't be choosers, anyone but Sullivan. But you know, it's but yeah. So happy hammers.
Don't worry about Forest. We just carry on winning games. That's all we can do.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's all we can do.
Hopefully Spurs and Palace especially Spurs get dragged. The fixtures they've got, if they can just keep losing.
I'll tell you what, if we pick up a win again next week against Chelsea and they lose, and they've got some fucking horrendous fixtures, they'll be looking over their shoulders.
We get a good result at Chelsea next week. Let's just say we get a win, right? The following week we play Burnley away. On that Friday night, Leeds play Forest. So that is going to be a massive weekend in this relegation battle. So all we can do, even if we get a point at Chelsea next week, you know, it's still a good result. We all want 3 points, but away to Chelsea a point, going into that weekend against Burnley, as I said, with Leeds playing Forest, and they play on the Friday night, so we'll know what would happen the next day. We know what we've got to do. We know we've got to do anyway, but
I think this relegation battle could really be one that on the final day, multiple teams are involved. Like multiple teams could get relegated, like we had a few years ago.
Look who we've got on the last game of the season. Leeds at home.
Leeds. Yeah. So huge again thing. It's going to be sickening for us.
All I'm hoping is on that last game of the season, we're 4 points clear on the last day.
Please.
That's all I'm hoping for.
Because, mate, how sickening will that be to watch on the last day if it's all based on that?
We've done it before, didn't we, when we lost to Birmingham on the last day of the season and got relegated in 02-03. So, I just don't want to get to that point. Hopefully we can get enough points between now and that Leeds game that puts us clear on the final day, because if we're 4 points clear going into that final day of the season, I don't even smoke, but I'll have a cigar and have my feet up watching it with a nice JD, I think.
And if we stay up at Spurs' expense, mate, I'm throwing the party. Like, and do you know what? I will say this. I haven't been seeing a lot of Spurs fans in the comment sections in the live chat as I was a few weeks ago when they was just flooding it. Spurs fans galore. Friday night pints, post-match pints, watch-alongs. They were just everywhere. Now, it's funny that, isn't it? They've all disappeared since we beat them. All vanished. So
they'll soon come crawling back, mate, when we start losing a couple of games. Don't worry about that.
Oh yeah. But Frank will get the sack, and then post the thing, get Ryan Mason. He'll come in. So yeah, mate. Like, listen, thanks for everyone. OK jerseys, do check them out. Scan the QR code. Check out the link www.okjerseys.com. 15 quid football shirts. Like I said, this is the third shirt. You got retro shirts, new shirts, 10% off. Code Nicky, right? So you're getting it. What? That's £1.50 off. So you're getting 13 shirt for 13 quid 50. You know,
Nicky 10.
What's that?
Nicky 10. The code.
Yeah, Nicky 10. 10% off. So yeah, go check it out. Get your internationals as well. And if you support any other team, I know we've got some Forest fans that are in here, Arsenal fan in here. That's going to be lots of options there for you. So do go check that out. Lots of good stuff. And yeah, that's a good show, lads. I don't know if you had anything else you wanted to talk about.
The budget.
No, I think I'm going to get ready to watch the
Budget.
Man United Arsenal game in a minute, which will be hopefully a cracking game of football.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm going to go and do the same. Go and have
Yeah.
sex and watch the Arsenal. And
Well-
want the wife to come in and watch some telly, I reckon.
It was an eventful show. For those who are just coming in, go back and watch the Benny Hill sketch. that will go down as a
I want to go watch it now.
mate. You see me, right? I'm trying to have serious, and I'm fucking being angry, and then I just start cracking up because I'm looking at him.
So Nick, did you obviously you didn't know you was muted? Was you just thinking Dan was talking over you? Was you saying shut up or just
Yeah,
let me talk?
That's exactly what I was saying.
What did you think when I started laughing though? Like,
I was going to fucking crack your head open.
What did you do? Did you log off and then just go and like punch the wall or
I was just no, I had a cigarette.
yeah,
Had a quick snout.
oh my god, yeah, that is an okay jersey I have on Leon. Yeah. So we have got that on. We do be on him. So I need to rewatch. So yeah, thank you all for watching. We're going to be on top of the transfer news throughout the week. If you haven't already, go and check out the fan cams and the instant match reaction. And
Like the video.
And like the video. And yeah, go and check out the watch along again. Go see how we celebrated those.
Can
goals.
I just say this as well? I'm going to say this right now, right before we go. Yeah, 85,000 was our target. We hit that yesterday. Yeah?
Yes.
We are on the road to 100,000 subscribers. I've got a brand new studio. Ryan's got one very similar. Well, I've got one very similar to Ryan's because he had his fucking many years before mine, but I've got one like that. We all want one of them plaques on our wall. So if you're not subscribed or if you know anyone that's subscribed, get one to subscribe. I want to get to that 100,000 because even if we go down, at least we'll have something to fucking cheer about because it's been fucking shite this season. And you're the only ones that have fucking kept us fucking going, to be quite honest with you. I could have, it's been fucking depressing at times, but yeah, 85k yesterday. We're on the road to 100,000. It's been a long, hard road to 100,000. But if you know anyone, share the channel, get them to subscribe because 100,000 is on the way.
Yeah, that's it. We're going to be pushing it now. That'll be great.
He's been a subscriber for a long time, Mr. Paulie Walnuts, but he makes me laugh so much with his comments. Honestly, every week, even when we're in like it's shit, I always see his comments and they make me smile because he's a piss take and he says some funny things, but he does make me laugh.
I'm sure he said shave him in earlier.
No, he said he said I'm gonna get me Nan to subscribe, Nicky. Don't worry. He's just a brilliant subscriber. We've got some good subscribers on this channel, but he's definitely like one at the top. He's a good man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So do subscribe. Like I said, we got the counter. So yeah, on to 100k. Thank you all very, very much. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And yeah, we'll see you throughout the week for the transfer updates. Brilliant. And the build up to Chelsea.
Yeah.
So yeah, you want to?
Scott might come back soon. He's like a ghost.
I know. Do you know what? Because he was on Friday Night Pint, but I don't feel like we've seen him on post-match Pint in a long time. So he previews the games, but he doesn't review the games. So hopefully we'll have him on.
Look at this. This is going to cause arguments. Ryan's already got the belt.
Cheers, Thunder Road.
We'll all have one.
We're gonna make it so like we'll all have one. So we're all gonna have one up, which will be good. Yeah.
And are we gonna sort out about me defending this belt because it's getting boring? Like I can't keep waiting around like for you lot because if not, I'm just going to retire as undisputed champion.
What usually happens if a champion don't defend their belt, it gets vacated. They get stripped of the title.
I'm happy to defend, but no one's ever available.
Cashing the money in the bank.
Yeah, no one's ever available. Like we've got to have all four of us. So going by with Scott, we probably won't never defend it again.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I think what we should do. Right, is let's plan something. If Scott's not available, we just do it with the three. As long as you're there to defend it, it's defending.
Yeah,
that's the thing. So we're definitely gonna do it. So we'll come up with an idea. We've done. What did we do last time?
We should go to that. I went there at Christmas, like when we work for the work drink. The Boom Battle Bar, I think, in Lakeside, and they have like electronic darts and pool and axe throwing and shuffleboard and all that.
Let's do a darts one, because darts is very, everyone loves it.
The electronic darts they've got there, you can play all different games like Killer, Around the World, and all stuff like that, and like it is good.
I'm not playing darts with him. I see him hit 180, and one of them went through the fucking arrow like Robin Hood.
What?
Him?
Who's Ryan?
No, fucking Ryan.
Ryan.
Do you remember that, Ryan?
Yeah.
He fucking did two triple 20s and fucking put one through the middle of the dial like Robin Hood, mate. I'm not playing with him.
Why do you think my name's Archer?
Yeah. Yeah, but we got to do a bit of dart. At least these defend. We're going to have loads we're going to have loads of games and stuff to plan. We've had some stuff in the roundhouse planned, but it's
I wouldn't mind doing that. Even if it ain't for the defending, I wouldn't even mind going back to that football thing again. I enjoyed that when we done that. I thought it was a good laugh.
Yeah,
but I just like the way Dan used to say all the balls were fucking blocked, and he got the camera and run down and showed everyone.
Yeah, but he was running around like a leading.
We had a dodgy one, innit? But yeah, I've lost a stone since then, so I'll be
running around like a laddie with pointy shoes on.
Pointy shoes. Yeah, I was in Air Forces. So yeah, we got screwed over. So listen, I'm happy to do that. So we'll be on it. We're gonna get in the group chat. We're gonna arrange a day, and we'll get that belt off Ryan one way or another.
Well, no.
So yeah, honestly, look out for that on the memberships. Like I said, it's coming soon. And then Nikki's getting the podcast section ready, so the podcast can come back on the memberships.
Oh, yeah,
bloody hell! Congrats, mate.
Yeah, well done, mate.
150 quid on the game. Fucking hell.
Fucking hell.
What my mum won 850 quid on final one standing.
Did she?
Yeah.
She won more than you. Fucking hell. When you was talking about, I could be in for the jackpot here because you was in it for a while.
I was up there, mate. I was up there. Yeah. Do you know what, right? I was looking at that yesterday because we had a competition running and I've tried to message the geezer, but I can't get hold of him. Someone won the Julian Dick shirt. I'm sure that one of our subscribers won the 500k.
Really?
I'm sure of it.
Fucking hell.
I'm sure that the geezer that was in the Dick shirt won the 500 grand.
Why do you think that we ain't seen Scott for ages? It was probably him.
Probably him,
yeah. Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. But that's what I said. They might have won 500 grand and go, fuck it, I don't need to watch YouTube anymore. I'm living the life. He's gone to fucking Bali or whatever. Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah, Bowen to score an assist and win 3-1. Fucking hell, that was a good.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Oh, mate. Do you know what? He must have been, when we got that penalty, he must have been like, please let Bowen take it. Because, Tatty was around it. There was a few players. And obviously, Paqueta's our penalty taker. He must have been. Yeah.
He was the only West Ham fan in the ground fucking celebrating when that fucking Sunderland player scored.
Oh, mate. I would celebrate. If I was me, I would celebrate Sunderland scoring.
You celebrate when he had 25p on it each way.
Yeah, mate. That's fucking 50p.
Right. 4 minutes to kick off. All
right. So everyone go enjoy. He's shitting himself. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Enjoy the Arsenal game. Hopefully the right result happens. I'll just say that for football.
Is this Dan? Come on, don't worry about them.
No, what do you mean? I can
worry about you.
I can worry about multiple things at the same time. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. One thing left to say. Come on, you.